Oh, do. Oh man, this has been such like every morning I wake up. It's such a good morning. You know, everything is just going great. I mean, I don't even know how else to put it, but man, what a fantastic morning this is. And to get this news, and I had that sense. I had it. You know, my I had that spidey sense. I did. Like I felt it. I was like, you know what? I could feel that this event's gonna do good. I could feel it, but I had anecdotal evidence. I'm in a boxing uh, echo chamber with all of y'all. Like you know what I mean? So I needed to. And when I would ask the MMA fans, they'd be like, nobody's gonna watch MMA, bro. They're gonna watch Zombie and ESPN Plus. UFC gets millions of viewers. Dana White said this was a fucking smashing success. Is what this was. That's what it was on cable television. This was a smashing success, is what this was. Loma versus Lopez was a smashing success. It's a good thing for boxing, and fuck all y'all that wanted it to fail because you don't like Lomachenko or you don't like Teofimo Lopez. You're not real boxing fans. You should be happy for boxing that this was the most successful event of the whole fucking year. Right here. Of all the televised fights. Now, I will admit, the most viewed network since 2019 is a little lame, Top Rank. That's only a year, but nonetheless, given how sports in general have been doing horrible in the ratings, given that, given how everybody was just saying, "Oh, that's it. Boxing's over. We had idiots jumping ship, and I'm never gonna watch the sport again, and it's gonna die." Like all this shit. Let me just tell you something. For those like me that still covered the fights and all that, we deserve more of the fucking credit because we've been covering the sport, letting you guys know, stop comparing, B level, C level boxing fights on a Tuesday afternoon. Stop comparing that to like the best the UFC has to offer on a Saturday night. Especially when, remember, when UFC was going on a Saturday night, there was no fucking competition for them. There was no football. There was no college football. There was no, baseball playoffs. There was no NBA playoffs and finals like boxing was competing with. There was none of that. Boxing, to put it in perspective, Teofimo Lopez and Vasil Lomachenko, to put this motherfucker in perspective, went against an Alabama game, which I believe was on network TV with far more viewers. It's going to steal a lot of viewers, not on cable. And baseball's National League Championship Series. A game 7 at that. On at the same fucking time. And this fucking fight, this whole event, first of all, averaged 1.5 million throughout. Close to 2 million people saw Berlanga. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's eyeballs on the screen. Imagine if Cepeda Branchik was on his fucking card. I told him to put on his card. I said they should have put it on that card. Why putting it on ESPN Plus? Put it on the undercard. But no, they don't. Okay, whatever. That's what it averaged And then when it got closer to the main event, the viewers started going up. Up! And never, after the main event started, never went below 2.3 million. Think about that. Just think about it. And it peaked at 2.8 million viewers. And to top it off, we're not even counting the streams it did on ESPN Plus. The most streamed boxing event ever on ESPN Plus, anyway. So we're talking hundreds of thousands more. Over 3 million people on ESPN alone watched this fight. We're not even talking about, international viewers or nothing like that. Give people real fights, they will watch them. Give people competitive fights, they will watch them. Give people something to see, they will watch the fights. People want good fights. Give it to them. You want to talk about being a business? This is good business. $2.8 million people were watching the damn fight on ESPN. During the pandemic, where all sports are doing less viewers than expected. UFC was doing like 1.2 million, peaking at that. Okay, and all the praise people were giving, see, UFC is where it's at. Like, goddamn, man. Give people what they fucking want in boxing, and this is what you're gonna fucking get right here. Okay? I knew these two guys had something about them that people will watch. Teofimo Lopez has an it factor about him that people will watch. All you got to do is show people highlights of Teofimo Lopez. Not just the one-punch knockouts. Not just that. Just him clowning guys, landing combinations on guys. His boxing that you guys said he didn't have. Just show highlights of that. This is a good win for boxing. It is. It is. And everyone collectively should be happy. Everybody should be happy about this. This is a message. And hopefully the networks and the promoters, hopefully they get the message. Well, what's the message? Give people good fights and they will tune in. Okay? Give people the fights and they will tune in to the fights. Nobody wants to watch, all right, mismatches. Give people a fight that they debate about and they're going to watch it. What's going on with Stormy B, man? How's it going? Even MMA fans switched this and they liked it. Zeno says, salute to Stormy B, man. This is a great proof for the fighters and promoters that high caliber network fights should be on more often. Ali Cap says, meanwhile, Tank Leo gets 100,000 pay-per-view buys. I don't know what that's going to do. We will see. ESPN Plus is putting Monster in away on ESPN on Plus. After this, ESPN needs to call an audible and put Monster in away on Saturday night on ESPN. Is what they need to do. Call an audible, continue the momentum, okay? Inoue Maloney is a good fight. Put it on ESPN. Don't put it on ESPN Plus. ESPN. I have college games that were getting like 300,000 viewers and shit. When they used to millions. Look at what boxing just did for you. These are good ratings. For cable TV, especially right now, these are really good ratings. Now, the main event was kind of late. Did fuck up on the main event. So if it was a little earlier, they would have gone over 3 million if it was a little earlier. 30, 40 minutes earlier, and they get over 3 million viewers. Fucked up. You missed out at least 300,000 easy because you waited too long. You know what I mean? I agree, Zeno. This is great for boxing. Cano Local Sports. Shout out to you. They will make way more money if they put the money on ESPN instead of Plus. Just put it on ESPN. You could put it on Plus as well. Like, you know what I mean? It would have been like 3.5 million if they went on earlier. What time was it in the East Coast already? I mean, it was close to midnight. Like you know what I mean? Or past midnight. Like that's late, dude. Boxing's got to put on these main events a little earlier. 40 minutes, an hour earlier at least. You know, you're going to get more eyeballs, more viewers. Why the fuck do we go on so late? It's like we go on too late. That's right, Stormy. 3 million. This song get his ass whooped. I'm sure a lot of people. Let me tell you something. You know how many people saw that fight and said, "But really, that's the best fighter ever." Like that guy. He hasn't done shit yet. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm glad a lot of people saw it because that'll speak more volumes than any fake record ESPN puts on the screen or anything somebody just tells you by word. A lot of people saw Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez for the very first time on Saturday, right? And the one thing I'm seeing a lot of people that love sports and a lot of people that are not big boxing fans, but love boxing. See, a lot of people love boxing. They love two dudes like duking it out, and they do. They just don't love the business of boxing. They don't love the weight. They don't love like It's like this in the NFL. You see the top team in the NFC. Like two teams in the. They're gonna play. You know what's gonna happen whether it's in the playoffs or regular season. And boxing, like you'll see two dudes and they're like amazing. You're like, yeah, man, I want to see these two guys fight. Fans get all excited and shit when they see two great fighters. Okay, I know. I've introduced boxing to people and they get all excited and shit. Right? They see two dudes, like two badass motherfuckers. Like my best example is this. You guys remember Gamboa versus well, not versus, but Gamboa and Juanma Lopez. Okay, I know Cano Sports remembers Juanma Lopez for sure, right? But there was a time where they were both undefeated, and I introduced a friend into boxing, and he got excited. They were both in the same card. They both looked spectacular. They both won by knockout. Like, man, I want to see these two dudes fight. Are they going to fight next or what? Is that why? And I told him yes. Like, I don't know why I did that. They were on the same card, so I assumed. Till this day, I still make these stupid assumptions, and they don't happen. It is what it is. Right? And we waited. And we waited, and we waited, and we waited some more. And then Top Rank put Juanma Lopez in the ring with Orlando Salido. And my friend watched that fight. I loved the fight, right? I was like, whatever. But him, it was like watching his favorite puppy just get run over by a truck. Okay? And the first thing I remember how mad he got. We were at his house. He didn't, but he almost threw some shit at his TV. He was mad, and he was telling me like, "This is why you gotta make it. When you're supposed to make fights, just make them." Like, and he gave up on boxing that night. Like he was so mad. He was so angry. You know, when there's a fight to make, make the fight. Oh yeah, I agree, Kano. There ain't nowhere for Loma to hide, guys. He's trapped. Okay? There ain't nowhere for Loma to hide. There is no refuge for Lomachenko. He either stays at 135. I don't know if he'll get the rematch or not, but he's going to have to either see Theo again if that rematch happens. I don't think it's necessary, but if you guys want the rematch, right? He can see a Devin Haney. He could see Tank Davis. He could see a lot of guys he could see. If he goes down to 130, he could see Burchell. He could see who else could see this dude? Shakur Stevenson, like Kano said. Oscar Valdez. There ain't no easy fights for Loma no more. Loma's gonna lose again. I just want you guys to know this. I'm not saying he's not gonna have any big wins anymore, but he's gonna lose again. Just saying. Yeah, he can fight Haney. I don't mind if he fights Haney. Lopez said he ain't giving Loma a rematch. Yeah, but that's he's just rubbing in the wind, Zeno. You know what I mean? Because he requested one, they told him no, and they had some funky ass shit that they wanted him to do. So he's just taking it out on them. He's just, you know what I mean? He's making them lose twice in the same night. That's all. He's rubbing it in. But money, yeah. Candice Sims took it out of my mouth. Money talks, right? After these numbers, ESPN's gonna sit Theo down and be like, "Oh look, man. Tell you what, we'll offer you this much." You know what I mean? Just saying. So we'll see about that. I'm just happy. I am. You know, for the longest time, like you know how frustrated I was and how upset I was with a lot of you boxing fans out there. Like having the audacity to compare Tuesday and Thursday night numbers with really not the best fights in the world that were getting like 300 to 400,000, which were pretty decent given the night and the caliber of fights. Okay, comparing that to the best, the UFC has to offer on a Saturday night with no competition on a night that people are used to a fight night. UFC was doing 1.2 million with no fucking competition. Boxing did 3 million. I want to hear from you motherfuckers now. Okay? I want to hear from you motherfuckers now because you were coming on my channel saying, no, man, even if it was Saturday night with a good fight, I don't think boxing could do those numbers. Well, you were wrong. Okay? Give people the motherfucking shit they want. And let me just tell you something. Yes, Teofimo Lopez, mark my words, and I know it's going to sound bold to some people. I said the same thing after the first Ward Kovalev fight. Listen to me. He's going to stop Lomachenko. Right? It's going to be a better fight, too. Because Loma's going to be landing on Theo. He's going to open up like he did in the 8th, a lot earlier, probably the 2nd or the 3rd, maybe the 4th, right? Maybe the first shit. Who fucking knows? He's going to fucking open up early, and he's going to have success. He's going to be winning some rounds, but guess what? He's going to be getting hit a lot more. He's open to the right hand to the body. And he's going to get worn down. He's going to get knocked the fuck out. It's going to happen. There ain't a punch Theo couldn't land on this motherfucker. He landed everything. Okay? He wasn't landing necessarily combinations, but I'm talking about he would land hooks on him. He would land straights on him, overhands on him, uppercuts on him, right to the body on him, and jabs on him. Oku. Oku. It's okay. We're here now, bro. All right? We are where we are now, okay? This is where we are. It's going to be okay. We have to get through those fights. It's the way it was. Not all of them were bad, though. The Maloney-Franco fight wasn't bad, 92 Oku. They're going to rematch now. That wasn't a bad fight. You know? Okay, the Shakur Stevenson, it was a mismatch, but they have to keep him busy. They have to keep him busy. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You would watch that 92. If Franco Maloney were boxing in your backyard, you would watch it. Stop. Okay? If those two fat dudes that they put on, did they belong on TV? No. But would you watch them fight in your front lawn? Yes, you would. Okay? Stop lying. 92 Stop. Okay? If two fat slobs are throwing hands in your yard, you would watch. Okay? Boxing is the biggest combat sport. Man, let me tell you something, bro. Look at this. 3 million in a pandemic, bro. What's up? I still think UFC's inflating the numbers, by the way. The pay-per-view numbers. I think they're inflating them like a motherfucker. How are you going to be doing 1 point some million when you're on ESPN, but then you're selling the same on ESPN Plus? Like, something's not right with that. Um, I've always said they're counting international numbers, which is okay, but we can't do that because they own the rights to all the numbers, including international numbers, right? And boxing, the promoter has it, whether it's ESPN or whether it's, Fox or Showtime. So all they could do is report the domestic numbers. So, and I agree, Stormy. Boxing needs to get back on network television. And all those fights you were giving us on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and look, even like Maloney Franco, right? Just put them on the undercards of these fights, man. That's it. Just put them on the undercard. That's where they belong, bro. Look at Berlanga benefited more being on this card than if he would have been on his own Tuesday night fight. Okay, on ESPN Plus. Nobody would have seen it. More people saw Berlanga knock that dude senseless in one round. Okay? And by the way, they got to give that dude a live body. Like, seriously. Okay? More people saw Berlanga, his fight, than Cepeda Baranchik. Imagine if they would have put Baranchik Cepeda on the undercard of this. Or better yet, they should have just put it on ESPN. Just put it on ESPN. If there's one thing we can all rejoice about is the following. Okay? That this fight did good numbers, right? That it proved that there was a name there for Lomachenko. There was enough people that saw, right? And it also proves that showing the highlights of Teofimo, showing the highlights of Loma, like, it did something to people. It did a good job promoting this. They promoted it on Monday Night Football. They talked about it on First Take briefly, but they talked about it, right? They talked about it after the fight. And let me tell you something. When even casual motherfuckers look at it and say, I love the way Lopez went out there in the 12th round and just took it to him. He had to do that. And Lopez listened to his dad and gave away the 12th round. Okay? He would have still won the fight, but we would have people right now arguing, all right? We would have people arguing that Loma won. They're already saying it was a draw. Imagine if he gave away the 12th. Imagine between me and you, we need to be live to debate Berlanga. I heard your earlier video. I don't know if we have a disagreement, though, Kano. Do you disagree that he needs to go more rounds? The dude looks good. I'm just saying I need more data. We don't have enough data on the dude. But yeah, shit, I'll talk boxing with anybody. Shit, you know what I mean? I have an hour debate on who threw a jab better in a fight. I'll debate anything. What's going on, BFTV? Great numbers, absolutely. We're still undefeated. That's right. And the ref bailed him out in the 10th. That's a borderline shot, bro. Loma, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm not too mad at the ref, but he got lucky. if there was a conspiracy against Eastern Europeans, the ref wouldn't have stopped the action right there. And I'm glad Chief Funky pointed this out to me. I was saying this a lot. I was saying, hey, Orthodox, Southpaw headbutts happen. I don't know, man. I think Loma got a little desperate and started using that head of his. Okay, he did. He started utilizing that head of his. And for those that are like, what? Go back from the 8th round on, man. And those lumps on the side, on the eyebrows of Theo, those are from headbutts, bro. Majority of it. He got cut because of a headbutt. So I'm just saying, all right? Like, so hey. All right, Cristiano NWO. I hope they have a rematch because I think Lopez killed Loma in 8. Wow. I agree. He knocks him out in the rematch. He does. He does. That or Loma plays it even more safe. But he's downloading information. I've been saying this, guys. Commentators need to be more responsible, man. If you want to say that a guy is downloading information or he's just, he's setting the other guy up, okay? You could say that. But as a commentator, you need to also say, but he's losing the round in the process. And then also say, if whatever he's downloading, whatever he thinks he's setting up is not successful, he's taking a risk losing these rounds. You need to tell that to people. There's too many people read that as, oh, so the other guy's not winning. He's getting set up. All right? Like, it needs to be said. Hey, man, hey, Kano, I'm just saying, I believe you, but I need to see it in an actual fight, not in sparring. Okay? If Michael Jordan went into a game, all he did was go in and just dunk it on somebody, and then he went back to the bench, right? And I said, oh, whoa, this dude looks phenomenal dunking on that motherfucker. But can we keep him in the game a little longer? Can he play a whole game? Nah, he destroyed that dude. Did you see how he fucking dunked it on his ass? Dunked it on him. Then he just went back to the bench. He destroyed him. Nah, bro, I know. Yeah, he did for sure. But can he do that for a whole game, though? Oh, bro, let me tell you, man. Michael Jordan could play, bro. We've seen him in practice. I mean, this dude could ball. For real. Okay, but can we see more? Like, I need to see more. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Hey, you guys are going to love this. I don't know how many of you caught this, but check it out. Check this out. You guys ready? Hey, yo. This was Lomachenko downloading information in the fight. Round 8, you got mail. Oh man, hitting go through. Yo, Loma, it's round 4, bro. It's like, are you finished downloading the information or what? Hold on, I'm almost there. Okay, I think I finished downloading the information. The download says this motherfucker hits like a mad truck. Oh well. Probably this went wet. Oh man, I thought this one was a Matrix, bro. I was waiting for the Matrix. I got dial-up, bro. What's going on? He was processing the information, folks. That's what Bradley was telling people. He's downloading the information, guys. Like, fuck. Are you kidding me right now? It was a fax. That's what it was, right? Dude, let me tell you something. Hey, Loma. Hey, Loma. When we say, see if that guy telegraphs his punches, we didn't literally mean a telegraph. Okay? The coroner was waiting for a telegraph message to come tell them what it was all about. Literally. Okay? He's downloading. Look, man, are there cases where fighters are quote unquote downloading information, reading their opponent? Crawford does it. Crawford will lose like maybe 2 of the first 3 rounds, right? Sometimes. But then, like, you see it, right? All of a sudden, dude can't land shit. He's countering them. Like, he's doing some phenomenal work, right? But they did in the Navarrete fight with Villa, right? Villa was outboxing him in some of those rounds. And Bradley kept telling us, oh, he's just setting up the uppercut. Oh, watch. He's going to knock him out. He's setting up the uppercut. Villa's really not doing anything to him right now. Yeah, but Villa's winning the round. I gave Villa 5 rounds in that fight. Some people gave him 6. If you listen to these dudes, he won maybe 2. At the end of the day, you have to be responsible, and you need to tell people, I believe he's downloading information, but he's losing the fight right now. If it doesn't pay off for him, he's going to be way behind. You have to be responsible, and you need to say that. Okay? Yeah, that's right, Mr. Boxer today. Message in a bottle. Loma, what are you doing? I'm waiting for my message in a bottle. Sending out an SOS. This dude was sending out an SOS, bro. Finally got their 8th round. Message in a bottle. What are you doing, bro? I'm waiting for my message in a bottle. And finally, round 8, I'm sending out an SOS. All right, anyway, man. With that said, if a guy is downloading information, and by the way, Bradley, that knockout never came, Bradley. You kept telling everybody, oh, watch, the knockout's about to come, okay? Bradley needs to stop, bro. Dude, just call the fight, Bradley. Just tell us what is happening. You can throw in what you believe is about to happen. I get it. But stop trying to be the fucking oracle in the middle of a fucking fight. Okay? That's it. Watch. This fight's going to end right now by an uppercut. Watch. Dude, shut up, dude. Right? That uppercut never came. The knockout never came in that fight. Okay? Like, this whole downloading information and just watch what he's about to do. Like, you kept waiting and waiting and waiting. Like goddamn, bro. Okay? Somebody send this message to the bottle to Bradley. Okay? I'm sending out an SOS. Look. Get that motherfucker off my TV. All right? God damn, that was. I had to listen to it because when I saw the fight, that's what they had, man. Usually I'll just do it myself or listen to a YouTuber call the fight because that's how bad it is. Honestly, that's how bad it is. I'm not doing this at one. It's by necessity. Bradley is horrible, dude. And then he's shouting out instructions to fighters in the middle of fights and no, what he's got to do to dude, like, shut up, bro. These fighters say they could hear it too. These fighters say they could hear Bradley. Can you just shut the fuck up, dude? What if, like, what you're saying is what he's trying to do, and then you're giving it out loud and shit, and his opponent hears it? Just shut the fuck up, dude. And he's telling fighters to do things he never did. Like, what you got to do is you got to turn your shots. You got more power. Like, have you not seen Bradley's knockout percentage? Have you not seen this dude never knocked anybody out? And he's trying to give advice on how to knock people out. And I'm not saying he can't say it, but I'm saying he gets all arrogant about it. That's the thing, you know? What's going on, Mr. Doc? How's it going, bro? How's it going? I know you're not ducking, Doc. You're gracious in defeat. So it's no fun with you because you're gracious in defeat. Like, you know what I mean? I can't, like, you know what I mean? I need the ones that aren't gracious in defeat. So I could just fucking slaughter them and shit. You know what I mean? What's going on, Emil Carr? You picked you by KO? Gotcha. Yeah. Did anybody get the feeling like Bradley was trying to be, like, I'm going to be pro Theo and hey, you be pro Loma? I think that's what it is, to be honest, man. What's up, Brian S? I think this is it's the sense I got. It might have worked too, bro. It might have worked. Like, because I mean, I would like to think, I would hope the ratings were going up and staying steady because the boxing fight was entertaining to people, but maybe, I don't know, maybe the commentary to some casuals was like, it made them feel like they were watching a, back and forth fight because, you have one guy praising one guy, the other guy praising the other guy, you know what I mean? So I'm just saying. It can give a false perception that the fight was closer than where it really was. I want to talk about one more thing. I don't want to say too much because I'm going to come on tonight. HCP with Chief Funky. All right, we're going to do it tonight. The time will be 10 p.m. Eastern. So just stay tuned for that. But just so you guys know, tonight we're going to be on tonight. HCP, Hispanics causing panic. And I don't know if you're awake, Kano. I know it's late. I know. Okay, but you already stayed up for the fight on Saturday night, so you're probably like trying to make up some sleep. But if you want, you could come out tonight. You know what I mean? But if you want to do a show with us, but I know it's late though. Look, man. Scoring. In my opinion, I don't think a commentator, someone commentating the fight, trying to tell people what's going on in the fight, should be scoring a fight. I just don't. Okay? I know that sounds like, well, what do you mean? If they're telling us what's going on in the fight, they're giving Ward double duty. You know what I mean? And I'm not too fond of his scoring. Okay? I'm just not. Personally. Honestly, what they should do is just do what Showtime used to do. The best way I ever saw it was this way, to be honest, okay? when they would just have three dudes at press row score the fight. That's how Showtime used to do it. Okay. Um, but if you're not going to do that, you know, just like they do in boxing, get three guys that are not in the commentating team scoring the fight. Okay. And just like whenever there's a call on the field in football, for example, okay, I think the NBA does it too, and baseball as well. When there's some type of controversy, they're looking at a replay. What do? They go to the quote unquote expert and they talk to them, right? You know, hey, what do you think about this play? Whatever it is, that's how they should do it with the scoring. Period. So that's my thought on that, man. UFC got their ass whoops. That's it, bro. It wasn't even close, bro. 3 million to 1.2. UFC's a brand name. You know that, dude. Come on. The brand alone gets most of the views. It's not just the fighters. So, you MMA guys got to take the L, bro. I'm not gonna take any. Boxing didn't have the best guys on either, you know. So just take the L, bro. Boxing won. That's it. You know what I mean? UFC hasn't done numbers like this on ESPN. Not this year. So just take the L. I don't want to hear explanations. I don't. UFC didn't have any competition. These guys went against Alabama football, okay, and a fucking game 7 in the MLB playoffs, okay? Just saying. NLCS. You know what I'm talking about? Man, that message in a bottle just arrived to the ring, by the way. You know what I mean? You know, and there was a blueprint to beat Theo. I mean, man, you picked a hell of a server, huh? You know what's funny? I think Loma like sat down in his chair, right? In the back, you know, like, oh man, I never finished downloading. Then they like, boom, you got mail. I'm like, what? And it gave him like the whole blueprint on how to beat him. Like, well, too late. That's right. I agree, Stormy. Look, this fight did 3 million. Imagine what Fury Wilder would have done on regular ESPN. It would have done 7, 8 million. Easy. Boxing does it to itself. If I was Canelo, honestly, fuck you, the zone. You know what I mean? Like, apps don't get views like this, guys. Now, I want to remind people it was 3 million viewers, okay? But that's just ESPN, guys. That's the ESPN audience. That's not counting ESPN Plus. It still kicked UFC's ass on the Plus, even though most of the audience was on cable. Dana White out here selling wolf tickets, guys. I'm just telling you right now. He's giving you international numbers for those pay-per-views. Is what he's doing. They're doing very well, but they're not doing what he claims they're doing. All right? But with that said, HCP tonight. 92 Oku, are you going to be fact checker? Because you got to show up on time, 92 Oku. You can't show up halfway through the show. All right? 92 Oku, man, he lost the fight, bro. What do you want? I said he's a good fighter. What do you want from me? It's funny, and I'm not even making fun of Lowell. I'm making fun of Bradley and Ward saying that he's downloading data. That's what I'm making fun of. All right? So just saying. Hey, if you're you can even fact check me, 92. Like if I say something and then you're like, and like you look it up and it's not true, you can be like, fact check. Here's my source. These thought you're wrong. That's the great thing about being a fact checker, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah, they had zombie like we have monster anyway coming on, right? So Dana's like, oh yeah, well we got a Japanese dude too. We have our bootleg anyway. His name is Zombie. We're gonna have him on. Motherfucker never wins fights and shit. Get the fuck out of here, okay? All they do is steal our shit. Okay, Iceman Liddell is not original. He stole that shit from Iceman Scully. Okay, like all these nicknames. The dad a motherfucker on there with the audacity of having his nickname be Hands of Stone because he knocked one dude out. All of a sudden he was Hands of Stone. I forget what the fucker's name was too. Okay, we had Sugar Rashad Evans, which doesn't even fucking rhyme. It doesn't even fucking go. Okay, look, Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Shane Mosley, right? Sugar Rashad Evans. Like, what? Get the fuck out of here. Okay? They use our commission. Oh, boxing's corrupt. The boxing judge, they use the same fucking judges. They use a 10-point must system. Okay, you bootleg motherfuckers. Okay, I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm talking shit because they were talking a lot of fucking smoke. A lot of smoke when they were comparing ratings while we just dusted off those fucking ratings. All right? Yeah, Georgia, Alabama, that's a big game, bro. And boxing still shine. You know what I mean? Anyway, oh man, hey, I don't know, DC. We don't know that. I think it would have done like 300,000, 400,000 in my opinion. Domestic. Okay, well we're not counting, whatever, but I think Sky TV fucked up. Sky TV let you guys down in the UK. You guys have to buy this fight. They have to pay $9.99 on Fight TV or some shit, or whoever at that fight. Like they let you guys down hard. All right. The UK got shafted here. They did. And by the way, one more thing. I am done listening to the whining and the fucking crying about the scorecards. I'm done. Okay? I scored 4 rounds for Campbell in that fight against Lomachenko. Those scorecards were white as fuck. Those are the judges that gave him like 1 round. Okay? And I didn't come on here and complain about it. You know why? Because the right man won. Loma won the fight anyway. I didn't make a fuss about it. Okay? I didn't come on and say, oh, I think a draw should have been better. Like, none of that. 3 to 4 rounds easy, Campbell won in that fight. Okay? Those judges in his own country, by the way, shafted that man. All right? On the scorecards. But it didn't matter. I didn't come on here and cry about it nonstop. And to be honest with you, not even the UK guys. Okay, not even they cried and whined about it like this. Because even they knew their guy Campbell didn't win. All right? Trying to make a big controversy out of nothing. All right? Yeah, yeah. Oh, but I can't believe Julie Letterman only gave him 1 round. That's all you're going to talk about? Like, for real? Maybe she gave him the 8th, which was very competitive. And most gave it to Loma because he did way more than he did in the first 7. Maybe she gave him the 9, and maybe she gave him the 10 because he landed that good body shot, and maybe only gave the 11 to Lomachenko and gave that's not that far fetched as people think. I wouldn't go that far. I scored an 8-4, right? That's me. But stop acting like this is a travesty and it's just not worth it. What about the judges that had it wide against Campbell? What about those? Just saying. That's the weakest robbery claim ever, like ever. I swear to God. All right, swear to God. And this is why I love knockouts, by the way. I love because when we have like, especially one punch knockouts, we don't have to deal with all this bullshit, right? We don't have to hear like, oh no, I get lost, so I get to argue against it. It's a subjective sport, so I have an opinion, and in my opinion, it was a draw. Okay, it was a draw. It was a draw, but these styles coming on here saying it's not a draw, and it's not fair. It's not fair. It just isn't fair. Cino saying that 7 was a draw. No, Loma won round 7. Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Round 8, it's a comparative round, bro. It's a halo effect. Look, I'm telling you guys, he went from doing nothing to doing a whole lot of something. And when you look at your scorecard, you're given 7 straight rounds. Look, it is. It's a subconscious thing. It really is. It's like you look at 7 straight rounds for one guy, and you see this round that's close, right? And where Loma finally had some success. It's not a shocker that most gave it to Lomachenko, okay? But it is a round you could score for Theo. It really is. All right? It really is. So I'm just saying. Hey, what do you mean? It's draw. I had it a draw. I'm entitled to. It's a free country. I'm entitled to my opinion. I could say it's a draw if I wanted to be a draw. It was a draw. Oh man. I'm not bashing him Naituku, all right? I'm bashing some of his fans that want to argue that he didn't lose the fight. The reason they're look, do you think it's a coincidence that every motherfucker that has this a draw, okay? Every single one of them, or even 7-5, pick Lomachenko to win. I have yet to find anyone that picked Dio to win that has it a draw. If they're out there, point them out to me. I haven't seen it. Only those that refuse to accept that they were wrong and just don't want Dio to beat the winner are the ones saying it was a draw. Do you think that's a coincidence? You don't have to be an expert in IT and data to understand that, that there's a pattern there. You don't. Okay? And she's a judge because she's Larry Merchant's granddaughter. I don't give a fuck. My uncle is a doctor. Don't mean I should be a medical advice for me. Well, hey. She's one of those. She's a trust fund baby, huh? She's got the job and shit. You know. The funny story. When I used to work construction with my uncles, bro. Okay. Like, dude, my uncle got a contract with this foreman and shit. All right. This dude, like, didn't know anything about. Like, I knew more about construction than him. Okay. And I was a teenager, bro. I was like 18 years old. All right. 17 actually. Didn't know anything. And we're wondering, how the fuck is this dude? Till they told me. They told me, yeah, this dude inherited, the company from his dad. His dad got sick with terminal cancer. He took over the company, and he uses like the workers to kind of like learn or some shit. But I remember, like, my uncle told me something on the blueprint. Okay, and at that time, I had a hard time, like, like I understood the blueprints, but there were just certain things that I wanted to explain a little bit. So I saw him. He's a foreman, right? I'm like, hey, can you tell me like? And I remember he looked at the blueprint. Like he looked at it the same way Lomachenko looked at the fight for the first 7 rounds. Like he did, like he was confused. You know, he was just like, man. He's talking to me in Spanish. You know, he's like, es que, yeah, um, dude pretended that he got a phone call, and at those times, bro, like these cell phones, like there were those big brick cell phones. Like he just like walked away, like talking on his phone. You know what I mean? And then he called like some other dude, and I'm just there like, what the fuck? Like I just need to know this little detail here. Like it was a measurement like on the door frame. You know what I mean? And I just needed to kind of know like what type of like you know. But anyway, look. So I don't know. Like that's I kind of see Julie Letterman like that. You know what I mean? Like they just like gave her this job because he's the daughter of Letterman, who wasn't even a that great of a scorer himself. Okay, wasn't right. So Julie Letterman was probably on a phone call in the middle of this fight. I don't know, but nonetheless, I agree, John. I agree. Shout out to Mr. Boxing Today. Says very second time seeing Berlanga, very impressive streak, journeyman or not. I want to see what he looks like after a few rounds. See if he can't overwhelm his opponents quickly. I agree. And he's starting very, very hot. Like I'm just telling you guys, you know. So we'll talk about that with Kano. We'll talk about that with Kano. Hold on, bro. I got a call. Hold on, dude. It takes 3 seconds to tell me. Where are you going? You know. Look, man. At the end of the day, this was good ratings for boxing. Good night for boxing. A new young superstar. You know what I mean? A guy who, let me just say this one more time before I go, has knockouts with his one punch knockouts with hooks, with right hands, with body shots, and he has TKO, technical knockouts as well. And utilized a really good uppercut. While Teddy Atlas is a big Loma guy, you know what I mean? I'm just telling you right now, man, all the dudes that pick Lomachenko and all that, okay, are the ones that had it a draw. They're entitled to their opinion, right? It's a free country. I get it. But what does that tell you? Like, what does it tell you where the trajectory is going, right? The fact that they can't go any lower than none of them have the balls to say 7-5 Loma, right? There was one yesterday that had the balls to say it, okay? Which he was full of shit, right? But at the end of the day, like that's the lowest you can go is a draw. You know how I know it's not a draw? Ask them if they could go 7-5. If they can't go 7-5, then guess what? Then guess what? You're going as far as you could possibly go with a draw. Okay? As far as you could go. That's it. That's as far as you could go. Is he? I don't know. Yeah, well, why is Teddy talking about this fight? Go talk about MMA. Go talk about Zombie. Go compare Zombie to like Pacquiao or some shit, motherfucker. Go do that. BFTV, I gave him, let's see, 1 through 7, I gave him to Theo. You know what I mean? Round 8, I gave it to Loma that night. I gave him 9, 10, 11. That's it. But after further review, I feel like I feel like Theo won the 8th round after further review. Okay? So you got to rewatch that 8th round, man. A lot of people were shocked. That's all it was, man. It was comparative. But yeah, you could give him round 8. You know what I mean? Round 9 round 9 is a coin flip to me. Um, I give him 10, 11 for sure, without a shadow of a doubt. 11 to me was his best round. So it is what it is. Anyways, guys, I do got to get going. All right. And by the way, the only reason anyone gave him round 2 is because Ward gave him round 2. That's the only reason. Okay. So just saying. But that's it. This is D Style Boxing. And I'm out, guys. Peace.